background.
We are live. So, hi everyone. This is Eric from Shades of Autism, and this is our first of a series of I could call Spectrum Sista chats with other autism moms. Let me know how you like the name. I just came up with that name for this series. So, Spectrum Sista. Hopefully, we can have like a dialogue that we have going on, hopefully weekly with different moms. I'm super excited to have my first guest being Dominique Priutt from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Beautiful children that she'll tell us about. And I want to know, are all spectrum, or do you have one child on the spectrum? I look forward to hearing your story, and I have some questions for you after that. So,
Okay,
Dominique, you have the floor. Tell us about you and your beautiful kids.
so I have three. I have two boys and one girl. I have a 8-year-old son who's high functioning, part of autism. I have a 6-year-old daughter who is a little bit nonverbal. She talks a little bit, but not a lot. And I have a 3-year-old who is nonverbal, and they're all on the spectrum. They all have developmental delay. They all have sensory processing disorder, and my oldest is 8, and he has ADHD added on his. And my two youngest, they do feeding therapy for, I don't even really know what they really call it. I think aversion to food or something like that. So yeah, I got my hands
Oh,
full.
yeah.
I'm a single mother, and I'm not able to work because they take most of my time of taking care of them, make sure everything is
Yes.
right.
Yeah, that's definitely a big task. And so do have one. I have one child, I have a son who's on the autism spectrum. I'm still not sure when it comes to the labeling of as a high functioning, moderate, or where he may fall in that continuum. He is verbal, so he's able to speak. Before last year, he really wasn't. And thankfully, through ABA therapy, in the last year, we've seen a lot of improvement in his really behavior overall. Before he was like really nonverbal and able to communicate to us at all what he needs. At least now he can
Mhm.
say certain like kind of short sentences, but he's able to get across what he needs. And from that, I saw the bigger decrease of being that's not as erratic, I guess you can say. So I've been a big advocate now for ABA therapy. I was curious on what kinds of therapies have your children experienced so far, and what's been your experience?
Oh my goodness. I have all of them is in OT, outside OT, and at school. Um, Speech, they all have speech. Two of them have feeding therapy, and we almost had to do physical therapy with two of them, but we dodged that bullet. It wasn't severe enough, thank goodness. And
Mm-hmm.
we did a little bit of ABA therapy before they got tested um, to be autistic. They was suspected, so they went on ahead and approved them for ABA therapy because of their behavior. And so
Mm-hmm.
I got overwhelmed, and I had to pull back on all of that. I had to lose my job. I lost my mind. It mentally broke me down
Good.
to go to all these appointments. It felt like a job to go to all these appointments and sit there for all these hours with each one of these children. And so we're waiting on ABA
Mm-hmm.
therapy to start back. In-home ABA therapy is what I'm looking for now.
that'd be a big blessing to have it at home, especially for them all having different needs and given their ages. And like you said too, like you've had to really change your whole life around serving your children in this capacity to make sure that their needs are met. So when you had to, leave your job and go serving and helping your kids, how were you able to then maintain your home and everything else you got to take care of too? Like, do you have support from other families? Were you able to some other benefits through, which hopefully good with a lot of parents who have this disability for their what's been your experience, kind of support?
I got a child busting in the room. Can you wait a
That's
minute?
okay. That's what
Hold
they
on.
do.
Okay, I'll get it. My oldest is telling on my 3-year-old. He's feeling something, but I have to wait and get it. So
No.
I lost everything. I lost friends. I lost family members. Well, I really didn't have them in the first place, but I really got to see who really was my friends and who really care about me and my family. And I would say I have little to no support. So I am not living where I want to live. It is my own place, but it's not ideal. It's what we call the hood, and I don't like it. But I'm not able to work to get us out right now. I'm getting closer because they're all in school, which was the part I've been waiting on. But the therapy still blocked me from working because I have to pick them up from school and take them to the therapies. So,
Right.
my mom helps financially. She's the big part of my finances. She works, she's a CNA. She's been a CNA for over 30 something years. And I'm 34. So she's been a CNA forever. And she works all the time. She works doubles and she worked 12-hour shifts and all that stuff. And so they can't handle, like, my family and friends and people, they can't handle the behaviors of an autistic child. Just a child they think is challenging. They don't even have to be autistic. If they're not sitting down and being quiet and looking in the phone, then they don't want to be bothered with that child. And that's the sad truth.
Right.
So right now,
I'm gonna pause on because, like, no, I was going to mention that because that's so many other moms like us experience that with our families, because they often feel kids should be seen and not heard, right? Or maybe that's just me. I don't know my family, but when you have a child that wants to bounce around, spin and twirl, even though they're happy and they're flapping their hands and all those things, they look at you as if you're a bad parent, right?
yes,
and because of that, you begin to isolate yourself. You know? And so I experience that and feel that way. Like, you feel ashamed, even though you don't want to be ashamed of your child or what they're going through, wherever else. Because of others' perception of what's going on in your home now, that makes you want to self-isolate, and that therefore you're not getting the support that you really need. And that's why I really wanted to reach out and create the networks that we have, because often are self-isolated. Thank goodness for some Facebook groups that do get us connected with one another.
Oh my goodness, that has been my support. That's my support right there. Just reaching out to all these groups. That gave me the idea to create my own Facebook support group, Resilience of Black Autism Families. I got so much support and resources. I am so overwhelmed with joy that I have people, like, I just started about a month ago. My son back in here again. Hold on.
Yeah, that's okay.
So that's just how it is. They're gonna interrupt. They're gonna come in. They're gonna get in the camera. That's
right.
Just
that's life, and that's okay. Is what. Well, I'm definitely going to join your Facebook group. I didn't know about it.
Yeah, I have a habit of joining, like, different groups, because you learn from each group. Even if you're from out of town, like, you still learn something. We all still have that basic same kind of bloodline almost. Basically,
Right?
we
Yeah,
are
we all have
almost
that
one
same
of
struggle
them.
and understanding. Right.
Yeah.
And don't forget a question I had. Now, before you were a mom, of course, and then you took on all the roles of that, being an advocate for your children in the schools and their health care. Who was Dominique before then?
Oh my goodness, I lost myself. I want to say that I
Neil spilled juice on the carpet. Why don't you listen?
okay. I will get it in a minute. I heard you, and I will get it. Thank you for telling me. He's like about to have a sensory overload. He's like, look, you got to get this up, and you got to get up right now. It's bothering me.
Oh wait, it's on the carpet. It's shampoo on the carpet. Neil put it on like this.
He poured shampoo on the carpet. Well, that makes it easier to clean. Shampoo on the carpet. Well,
But that's very true. and you have the right spirit about it too, you know. But like some people can be like overwhelmed by all of it. And just seeing how you're so happy and cheery, and even though it's juice on the carpet and it's shampoo, you're like, you know, wash it up. And I think that's just beautiful to see, you know, that you just take it in
yeah,
stride.
you have to pick and choose your battles. You have to pick and choose. I have three, and I'm always with them. Nobody watches them for me, and so you have to pick and choose your battle. A lot of spilled, like I don't have expensive furniture in my house because I don't plan on staying here, so I'm not dressing this place up until I get our home that I am going to get one day soon.
That's right.
I'm not gonna fix it
Yes.
up to where I'm gonna be stressed out saying, "Don't touch my couch, it's white. Don't touch the carpet. Don't do
Right.
this. Don't do that." No, I'm not gonna give myself that stress. I already got stress. I don't
That's
need to
right.
add. Sometimes you just have to laugh at some of the things they do. You just have to laugh instead of getting angry.
Exactly. Me too. It's like I just laugh. Like, no, he draw. I'm like, okay, we know what? We'll paint over it, or things like get an eraser. And eventually, it's like you just take it. So you pick and choose your battles. As long as your child is happy and doing well, that's all you have to be glad for. The rest of the thing can be fixed, right?
Right.
But then, so I do want to ask you, like I didn't want to keep our interview long, but I'm definitely going to bring you back, and I want to do some more things with you too, and I appreciate your suggestions. So I have a few, I'll say, quick fire questions for you that kind of relates
Oh,
back to my
I didn't
channel
even
and Local
answer
Mama
your other
Autism.
question. I missed the other question. I didn't even
Forgive me.
get to answer it.
Yes, who was Dominique? Yes, who was Dominique prior to the advocate and the mom you are now?
So Dominique was a young, vibrant, energetic, just going around babysitting random people, kids, and like, hey, can I get your kid? And I'll take them shopping. I love on them. I take them to the park. I take them anywhere. Like I have a thing for kids. Since I was 8, I used to babysit, and from there, I just go seeking kids all the time. But there are some dark times. I was dealing with depression as a kid and didn't know it, didn't know how to address it. So it came with me up to my adulthood, and so um, I play with kids and hang out with kids to be happy. I would go to college and stuff. Um, I have a learning disability, so I struggle hard with college. I failed college, uh, and I went to another college and I passed medical assistant and phlebotomist, which is the field that I just got in.
Mommy,
You know, when I started having my
I
kids.
stole it. I stole.
Thank you. Oh, that's not shampoo. That's my new favorite lotion I just got.
And Neil poured it all over the mess. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
And he's making a big mess.
Okay. Send him up. Send him up to me.
Oh,
I just got that lotion. Oh my goodness.
Oh no, that's heartbreaking. No.
So even though so that's when I just had got the dream job for my kids. I said, okay, I'm gonna work this job and provide and get us out of where we live. And then they were so nice for so long. I kept getting calls from schools of behavior issues, and I had like two that wasn't in school, and I had to find two different people to babysit because you can't get one babysitter to watch all three for some reason. So I always have to split them up, which is difficult.
Oh,
Right. And so I used to be very happy. I dance all the time. I sing, even though I'm not a singer. I like singing. um, I like drawing, writing poems and stuff like that. But all of that stopped. Like I like being active and going places and just doing things. And when I had my kids, it stopped. And I feel like it wasn't a bad stop. I feel like it was a mature, like, hey, it's time to man up. It's time to put your big girl panties on. It's time for you to pave the way for these kids, and you got to make it right. That's what, that's what it brought to my attention when I had kids. It's like, okay, all that fun and games got to go, and you got to focus and figure out how to make these kids have a successful life.
very true. And but given that, you weren't not able to be that the same vibrant, fun Dominic you were prior to the kids, but even now with managing all that you manage at home with your children, how are you finding time for your own self-care? I know you had your favorite lotion that unfortunately got squeezed out on the carpet, but what are some other ways are you practicing some kind of self-care for Dominique while doing everything you do?
It's hard, as you can see how they keep coming in on me. It's hard. I'm hiding in the room now. I can hide in the bathroom. I can hide everywhere. They're still gonna come in there. It's challenging. So what I do is before COVID has really messed us up. Before COVID, I would take them to the park, and the park to them is their time, but the park to me is my time. So either I join them and I run around. Oh, he's trying to poke the rest out. Either let me show you the mastermind. Say hey.
Hi.
It's my nonverbal 3-year-old. He's like, no, get
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. So the part would be either I play with them or I'll sit down and I'll just have self time, just think and reflect and try to meditate. I don't know how to do that, but I try. And now I started doing this painting class. So I paint. I got a lot of pieces that people want to buy and stuff. I can show you an example on my wall.
Yeah, I love to see it. You can start while you're at home because you always find ways to bring in extra streams of income. That's great artwork. You can put on like Etsy or something. Next thing you know, you have a whole big store going.
I did this piece. Let's see.
That is beautiful.
Wait.
Like you painted that at home on a blank canvas?
Yeah, I just go buy random canvases. I just go buy canvases and then I just paint random things.
That's not really good. So it wasn't like you went to a paint kind of class where they was like gave you a model to paint. You just paint it from your own imagination.
Yeah, I just make it up. Oh, so she would teach us. She would tell us how to do the techniques, but I was never listening because I felt like it. Sometimes I can't follow directions. I'm gonna be honest. That's part of my learning disability. So I would just go in there and listen, but I would do my own thing. And this is another one I did. It say feelings all over the page, and then there's different blocks of colors.
Yes.
She was like, make
So you
sure
have to
you can
start
turn the
now.
picture around and see all of it. So that's one thing I do to have self time, bath time, shower.
Hmm?
I got Google. I
Right.
got a Google speaker in there. I play my music and I sing, and I just be in my own concert in the bathroom. Even though they come in there and open the shower curtain sometimes, I still enjoy
Right.
my singing. And
That is
now that
good.
they're
I
all at
love how
school,
you're
I
doing
get to
that.
take me a nap
Mhm.
during the day. So I'm just like, oh my God, I get a nap. That is amazing.
So how long are they in school for? Are they in there for 6 hours, or how much time do you get?
They're in there, they're in the school. My kids go to three different schools, unfortunately. Um,
Yeah.
the oldest go to
Wow.
Brown Academy, which is a magnet school that I applied for a lottery scholarship and he got chosen.
Oh,
Um,
great.
yeah, I'm so happy his behavior has changed dramatically. Like, I'm just like, what are y'all doing? I need help. Can y'all tutor me? And then
Exactly.
I just asked the teacher that, and we had a parent teacher conference over the phone. I was like, "Can you show me what you're doing? Because it's not working at home, but it works at school." And then my daughter goes to the zone school. She's in kindergarten. My oldest is in second grade. My middle is in kindergarten. She's 6, and then my baby boy is in. He's 3, so he has to go to a special daycare, and it's called Signal Center here in
Mhm.
Chattanooga. And so, yeah, so that's 3 different schools I gotta drop off and pick up. And so
Yeah,
I
that's a
can
lot.
get sleep about, if I come home and actually go to sleep, I can go to sleep from 8:30 to like um maybe 2. And then about 2:30, it's time for me to start picking up the first child. And then
Yeah.
by 3:30 or 3:40, I'm done picking up. So it's,
Hmm.
yeah, it's something else. Like, my daughter just
It
got
is.
accepted for that same school. She was #1 on the waiting list,
Oh, that's
and she just got
great. Oh,
chosen.
for Brown? Oh, what a
Yes.
blessing. So she will start then like in the fall this year, like August
Yes. I'm so
2021.
excited.
That is
That makes
wonderful.
only 2 schools
And
to
especially having
drive
two kids
to.
at the same school. Exactly,
Yes.
right. Only two schools to drive to.
And the magnet school has a before and after care. So I think that's gonna help me work. You know, I might be able to find a job
Yes,
within those
yes.
hours. hmm I'm
Right.
thinking, I'm
Especially if,
plotting
with the whole
something.
with phlebotomy, with the phlebotomy, right? It's I'm sure you hopefully you'll be able to find a clinic or a lab core or something like that where you can work with um for those like partial hours, like part time.
Well,
Awesome.
it's
I'm
not
praying for
like
you.
I like phlebotomy, but it's very challenging to get into. Like, they don't want nobody
I bet.
new. They want you to already have years of experience. And I'm like, well, we just graduated, so how will we have years of experience if you're not going to give us a
Very
chance to
true.
do it? So I'm no longer interested in it. I don't have years to try to find a job within that field. So I just signed up for dental assistant. So,
That's a good one. Hmm.
so I'll be doing that
So
in
are you able to
April.
do classes for that online, some of it?
Yes.
That's a blessing, yeah. Oh, good. Well, definitely keep me posted. I'm looking forward to hearing what comes next. And I definitely want to engage you more in what I'm doing as well. As you may have heard, the Shades of Awesome Parent Network. So, with my purpose and goal with the organization is really to create recreational events and parent retreats and family travel for autism families to get
I'm
us
doing the
together and
same
finding that network.
thing. Oh my goodness.
Really? But we, well, I was God brought us together then through the Facebook group, for a reason. So because that's one, because you mentioned it earlier about how it's so isolating, right? And how you don't really go out as much because you don't have other parents who are understanding to your child's needs. And I have that same feeling of, okay, I want to have other parent, family, friends, where we can go somewhere together and not be, even if we are look at us strange, at least we know collectively what's going on, and we're a team in that sense. Because I have gone to other parent support groups, which are helpful for the parent, but I just want to have some fun. I want to have some fun with
Yes.
our kids with other parents. That's all I want
Oh
to do. I
yeah,
want
we
to like
definitely
go to
gotta
a
meet.
workshop.
We're gonna come meet each other.
Yeah, you have to. You have to. So because I'm planning a I want to like a summer slam kind of a thing. I'm in Jacksonville Beach, so on northeast side of Florida. So I found a nice kind of hotel place where we could do it, or it could be like a beach park, whatever. But I want to have like a summer slam where our kids can have fun, have some barbecue. Even the kids don't eat whatever the kids eat. Like my son's very picky too, so he'll look at the food and just not touch it. But so we don't need a whole lot
Yes,
of barbecue for the kids. It'll be for the adults, right? But there's something fun like that. So like that's my mission really with the organization is so similar to a parent support group, but not fully, because I just want us to come together to have some fun experiences with our kids and don't feel
definitely.
the negative feeling you may have when you go to other groups. You know what I mean?
Yes, definitely understand you. I definitely, yes.
Oh, good. Well, consider yourself a member. You are now a member. And I actually will sign you up as a member because I have your email. Because I started a
Yes.
website and I'm building it up, the membership. So I will add you to the list and all those things and get you some info as things come out. But my other part of the goal of the organization is for us to do international travel. Because I want our kids to see the world.
Yes.
Why should they
Yes.
have to be
Oh my
confined?
goodness.
Right? Like, why should they be confined? So it's like I started I call it a passport fund to help families like us whose kids may not have a passport to get a passport. So that way they're
Oh
able to
my
travel.
goodness.
And
I
so
was
since
thinking
we
the
are,
same thing.
we're all home now. That is so great. Well, but we're definitely will be talking offline because right now I'm a one woman organization. So I need a two. I need someone to join me and help me and making this vision a dream, making it a reality. So I'm believing that we're all together for this then.
Yes. I'm so with it.
Oh, good. Wait, that was so funny because my ideal I was okay, I'll make it a short question to answer, but God knows what it should be. So I know we're going close to 30 minutes. And I know you're busy and with your kids and things you need to do. So what I would love to do then, I'm going to ask you probably one more question, since I already know that you like what I mentioned about the organization, about travel, bringing our families together, just plain fun, right? Just fun.
Yes.
Let me ask you this one last question I have. So what type of event would you like to have for other Black autism families? And then if you were to travel, give me like two places you would want to go.
Um, Good question. So it's people in my group that are around the world. So I'm just like, how can I get our first meeting together when majority of the people are here in Chattanooga? But I want to include everybody. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna start making trips to where they stay, like they're in Nashville or they're in Wisconsin. We're gonna go see them. We're gonna include people in my group. They're not gonna feel left out at all. And um, I would like to, it's hard to pick a place because our kids have so many sensory issues. Like a lot of people in the group was like, let's take our kids to Disneyland or Legoland. I'm like, to crowds and lights and sounds. I'm not sure. I think we would have to actually sit down and research some good places that's not overwhelming that are autistic friendly. And so I can't really say, I can say where I want to go, but I
Yes.
can't say where our kids want to go. Because where we want to go
Right.
sometimes is not where our kids want
Yeah.
to go. And so it's hard to say.
Yeah.
I
And
really
then I
can't
told you,
answer
I do
where.
believe too that, and that's okay, because that's one of those big questions of, like you said, research needs to be done to identify what would be a good place for that. And it may not be a place like Disneyland. There's so many things going on at once. Then how can we then kind of create our own experience in different places that would be autism friendly for the kids as well as families? That's something that we will continue to talk about and think through. And I thank you for sharing with me today. And let's see what else. So, Dominique, this is the first of many conversations that we'll have. Thank you for being my first interview for these, I'll call them Spectrum Sista Saturday chats or something like that. We'll see. And,
I love
well,
it. I, I love
you
that
do? Okay,
name.
good. Thank you for liking the name. Well, thanks for liking the name. And I guess I'll give you the last question. Anything you want to ask of me, or until next time we talk?
Yeah, I would like to know, where would you like to take a group? Besides like the summer program that you're talking about, like what are some
Yeah.
ideas that you have um of
Hmm.
where to take them?
So, oh yeah. So what I've been thinking of is like creating um, an experience somewhere that so it wouldn't be like a theme park we'll go to. Like say for international, for example, I think like the first place we should go is like Mexico, and because I've heard some great things about Mexico, and also too, there's some places where somewhat remote or not as busy where we can go enjoy the beaches, see like the little towns that they have, so they can experience like Aryan culture and all that. That wouldn't be too overwhelming. I feel like Mexico would be a good first international country for our kids to visit. But I gotta do some research on that. Of course. One I also heard about is Costa Rica. It'd be a really good one for us to go to, and I
Hmm.
think Belize. So because that kind of person. So like those are my first three. Basically, a Spanish speaking country is I'm thinking. First, the costs are much very those countries. That's and then also too, those are really friendly kind of countries towards us as Black Americans. You want to go to a friendly kind of place towards us, and hopefully we can have someone in our group who knows Spanish who's able to help be a translator for us. That'll be the goal. But that's what I'm thinking. Is hopefully our first event that we do internationally would be at one of those kind of countries. For us,
Hmm.
I want us to do, of course, Jacksonville because we got beaches. I do like I like Southwest, so um, like Grand Canyon kind of area, Arizona, kind of experiencing seeing those. And I saw this really great place in Utah, of all places. It's a beautiful, um, very nice, calming, but it's nature, and like the big open sky and the mountains, and that they can have like an experience of like a nature play and all that. So you can tell I've been thinking, right? It's been like in my mind. So some places that you don't expect. I don't want to go to a big city, like not New York City. We're not doing like big that. I'm thinking small, but has that you know different to it.
So what's your take on funding? Are you doing fundraisers or grants or
Yes. So looking into all avenues. So definitely donations and grants. And I believe that once we can build a coalition, so say with what the organization's already started and some others, I had a great conversation with someone who would be a potential kind of funder and they want to do more outreach to Black and minority communities. As you know, most of the autism focused nonprofits out there do not look like us, right?
Right.
what it is.
Mhm.
Because of that, and they know that us as people of color have different experiences, and when it comes to receiving care or getting support, and just a long list of differences, unfortunately, that they recognize that, so they want to support programs around it. So it comes down to creating programs that they would support, and so that's what I'm kind of looking at. So I know that there's potentially funders out there. It's more so just creating the right program fit to receive that kind of funding, and then to having the to serve. So like I said, right now I'm a one person nonprofit, but I'm believing God for some other supporters and volunteers to help build it and grow it. And I think I
Yes,
have one with
yes,
you, so I'm thinking of that.
yes.
And we'll take it day by day. And I'm happy to report out new things as things develop every week. And so I guess in closing, I'll just share to the audience who hopefully will be watching soon is to follow us. So I'm on Instagram at Mocha Mama on Fire. And I picked that name because I'm a mocha mom, I have to say, and I'm on fire for advocacy for my child with autism. I'm on fire about us being financially free and independent. And then also too, I'm on fire about travel. And I want all of us to experience those parts of life. So Mocha Mama on Fire. As far as the organization, the website is Shades of Autism. No, it's not. It's shadesapn.org. I'll put it in the description.
Yeah.
For Dominique, tell us how they can best contact you and what you're doing.
Um, you can find me on Facebook under Dominique Overcomer Pruitt, and um, I have a Facebook group called Resilience of Black Autism Families. So you can find us on there. It's a private group. So we have intimate chats. We talk about our children having puberty, and we talk about behaviors in the store. We talk about IEPs. We talk about anything. We talk about how our day is going, has been, what challenges we face. We talk about, hey, I want wine today. We talk about anything, and it's safe there. Nobody's allowed to take it out of the group. Nobody's allowed to take your pictures and share them out of the group. So I try to encourage everybody to post pictures. I have two friends, Rakita and Marcus, who helped me create the group. They gave me the idea and I physically made it, and I automatically made them my partners. They're my partners, and I hope they know we are equal. I'm not trying to, I want everybody to be happy. I want everybody to be loved. And I want us to all be a big family. I want us to have the biggest support that Black community does not have. I want this to be big.
Me too, me too. And I'm joining today. I search for resilience of Black families autism, so that way I can also group share. So thank you for letting me know about it, and letting everyone else who watches go join and support as well. And so I would say until then, until next time, Dominique, thank you again for being on my Spectrum Sister Chat. And I'll talk to you. So God bless.
God bless you too.
Thanks. Okay, bye.
Bye.